President Carter won a major victory today in his bid to boycott the Moscow Olympic Games because of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. In Colorado Springs, ABC's Tom Shell was on hand for the announcement of a decision on sending a U.S. team to Moscow.
The United States Olympic Committee has decided not to send a team to the 1980 Summer Games in Moscow.
The delegates to the U.S. Olympic Committee meeting approved the resolution by more than a 2-to-1 margin, 1604 to 797. The vote came after weeks of pressure from the Carter administration, including the final push, an appearance by Vice President Mondale this morning.
As we meet today, the lesson of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan still waits to be drawn. History holds its breath, for what is at stake is no less than the future security of the civilized world.
Bowing to the pressure, the Olympic Committee reluctantly agreed to back President Carter. Tonight, the U.S. women's basketball team worked out at a local high school gym. The Olympic Committee plans to continue the training of athletes and will select a team in order to recognize the athletes who have been training as Olympians. The resolution passed today held out a thin chance of going to Moscow if President Carter changes his mind by May 20th.
The President has authorized me to say that his advice will not change by May 20th or at any time thereafter.
The Carter administration hopes that there will be a snowballing effect now that the U.S. Olympic Committee has decided not to go to Moscow, and that most of the nations of the free world will also decide not to send teams to the 1980 Summer Olympics. Tom Shell, ABC News, Colorado Springs.
A Canadian Olympic official said tonight that the U.S. action will not alter Canada's plans to send a team to the Moscow Games. But the president of Japan's Olympic Committee says their decision will be gravely affected by the U.S. Committee's vote. And Australia's Prime Minister predicts there's now a good chance for an effective international boycott of the Summer Olympics.